I must confess, when I wear this dress, I feel like dancing.
Hey guys, my name is Brianna and I'm here with my little girl Presley. She is 4 weeks old and today I'm going to be doing a breastfeeding update. I know a lot of the mamas who've been following me on my pregnancy journey, as well as some mamas who've recently joined the channel and seen just a few of the videos I've been able to get up. I know, I'm sorry, I'm slow at producing content right now. I apologize. Adjusting to 2 littles is definitely been an adjustment for us, but I wanted to give a breastfeeding update because I know a lot of mamas on my Instagram as well as on YouTube have been asking just some questions around nursing, breastfeeding, so wanted to give you guys an update. So 4 weeks in, breastfeeding has been going really well. I have an app called Baby Tracker and I keep track of when I nurse, which side I'm nursing on, her sleeping, as well as her dirty diapers. And that's one of, I think, the biggest signs that breastfeeding is going well is she has at least 8 dirty diapers, but is averaging about 10 dirty diapers a day. So I know she's getting a lot of milk because what goes in must come out. And it's really good to know too that at her 2-week appointment, she'd already gained 2 pounds since we left the hospital. And she continues to grow as well. She grew 3 inches since birth. So I'm really, really happy to know that I'm able to produce the nourishment she needs and help her grow. The one thing the doctor did recommend at 2 weeks that my husband and I have started to do, and it is tough just because we have 2 little ones that we're trying to put down to bed and there's a lot kind of going on. If you saw our nighttime routine with a toddler and a newborn, you know we can't even eat dinner together and it's just sort of chaos, especially when it's bath nights as well. My husband, as our doctor recommended, has started to give Presley her bedtime bottle, just so one, she's fuller before she goes to bed because he makes sure he has the full bottle, but 2, it also helps her adjust to having a bottle since I do have to return to work at 12 weeks and I will be pumping and she will need to be taking a bottle on weekdays when I'm working. That way she's getting adjusted to the bottle. The doctor said that was her biggest recommendation, is that mommy should not be the one giving the bottle. It should be someone else so mommy's scent isn't even in the room when she's getting the bottle, to avoid that nipple confusion, but also refusal of a bottle that can potentially happen when moms go back to work. So basically I've been pumping once a day unless she does nap extra long and I feel really full, or occasionally our night feeds, she'll only nurse one side and then be completely asleep and not take the other side. So then I have to go downstairs and pump just so that I want to avoid clogged ducts or mastitis or anything like that, even though the part of me really just wants to go back to sleep so badly. So right now I'm building up slowly but surely a freezer stash. If I pump anything over 4 ounces, I freeze that. And I've generally been pumping anywhere from 4 to 7 ounces every time that I pump. And sort of my rule, just so that she has enough at night and in case I were to need to be away for something, is I keep 2 4-ounce bottles in the fridge at all times so they're on hand ready to go. And so my husband uses one of those every night when he puts her to sleep, and then I put the rest in the freezer. So I think I've got probably 7 feedings worth right now frozen in the freezer bag. So building up a supply so that when I go back to work there's plenty. So the breast pump that I use is a Medela pump, and I just have to shout out, I used Aeroflow to get my breast pump as well as breast pump supplies. And sort of the way they work, they're a concierge service for mamas. All I had to do was go online. It took me under 5 minutes to fill out this form on their website of just my health insurance. Then once they processed my health insurance, it was really simple to know which breast pumps were fully covered by my insurance or which ones I would have to pay extra for. So I chose one that was fully covered by my insurance. And then they also showed me the supplies that were covered by my insurance. And I really appreciated that because I'm someone who, I'm just really bad at figuring out the system, reading all of the fine print. So I really appreciated that Aeroflow did that for me and made it super easy via email on their website to know, click on these ones you want, delivered right to your door. And I think I got my breast pump in like 48 hours of me even selecting it. So it was super fast. And one of the things I love that's sitting here is I also could get at a discounted rate this adorable petunia pickle bottom breast pump bag. and it fits my Medela pump perfectly. So I cannot wait to use this when I do have to travel or do have to go places for my work, or if I'm just going someplace where I need to bring my pump because Presley's not coming with me. That way I have this really stylish bag to take along my pump with me. And I'll leave the information and the link to Aeroflow. If you haven't gotten your breast pump yet, I would highly recommend, when you get that prescription from your doctor, using this service. It was so easy and simple, and truly just cut out waiting at the pharmacy and talking to the pharmacist about what I needed. Somebody called me on the phone, even from Aeroflow, asking if I had any additional questions. So it's a top-notch service. I would highly recommend using Aeroflow, just to make it really easy to get your breast pump and any supplies, and so you know exactly what your health insurance is going to cover. One of the challenges with breastfeeding so far, though, that Presley and I have faced is I do have a forceful letdown. What that means is once she starts suckling, I'm literally spraying basically like a fire hydrant out. And it's really sad, actually, because she coughs or cries and gets really frustrated, and when she pulls away, you can just see it's like spraying really forcefully, either into her mouth or all over her face, and it just makes me feel really bad for her. And one of the big problems with that, so if your baby is showing those signs of pulling away, crying, choking, being frustrated when they start nursing, they can be getting a lot of your fore milk, and they're not getting then that hind milk because they get frustrated and pull away or stop nursing as long as they should, because they feel like they've gotten enough or feel really full. But the hind milk is the milk you actually want them to get. So occasionally what I've done is just feed her on one side, because then once sort of that fore milk, forceful letdown stops, I know she's getting the hind milk on that side, and then I've pumped the other side, and again, save that in the freezer or put it towards the bottle that my husband is giving her in the evening, just so that she's getting the fore milk and the hind milk. That's that fat, really thick milk. If you've ever seen like your breast milk in the refrigerator, the bottom layer is that watery fore milk, they call it, and then that top thick chunky layer, it like gets almost like yogurt consistency looking at the top of your milk. That's the hind milk, and that's the really good fatty milk you want baby to have. And even our doctor had said if we're ever trying to get her to sleep really longer stretches at night, she would recommend daddy sort of taking his finger and literally just scooping that hind milk and giving that to her, so she just has a big chunk of it, and that actually helps them sleep longer, because again, it's the fattier, heavier milk. But so far, breastfeeding has been going really well. Besides our small issue with the forceful letdown, I feel really blessed to have a good supply, and that she's gaining weight, and that we just kind of are having that one issue, because I know breastfeeding can be really difficult. So if you are undergoing any sort of issues with nursing, breastfeeding, leave them in the comments, and other mamas watching this, maybe you can relate or share what your doctor, healthcare provider, or lactation consultant has shared with you as what you should do as far as that problem. Let's just support one another and be a really positive community when it comes to breastfeeding and nursing, because even though things are going well, it is still really difficult. I mean, Presley's basically chained to me. I've only left her for about an hour and a half the one day when my husband watched the kiddos while they were napping so that I could go get my nails done. But other than that, it's tough. You're chained to your baby. Sleep deprivation is real. I feel like the first 2 weeks was such a honeymoon phase of just meeting her, getting used to her, getting so excited that she was finally here. And my husband and I said once we hit like week 3, it's like the sleep deprivation and reality sank in, and it's been some really hard nights, which have led to some really hard days, because when you're up every 2 hours nursing and only getting about an hour of sleep, and then you're up for an hour and then another hour of sleep, and you're up for another hour that entire night, the next day you're exhausted, but you have so much you have to do for not only her but her big brother Landon, who's 2. That's our family situation right now. It's, you know, really challenging, and I just hope that all of the mamas out there watching this, or if you are soon to be a mama, that you can learn from not only my experiences but the other viewers as well in the comments when they kind of share what they're going through or the tips and tricks that they have learned from their experiences. One of the videos that I do have planned for you all, and I'm trying to get it up within the next week, I'm going to share with you just how I've increased my milk supply this time around. I'm definitely producing and pumping way more than I did with my son, because I think I learned some really good tips and just ways I can be eating, what I should be drinking, what I can be doing even while pumping that allows me to pump extra milk. So I will be having that video to share with all of you as well. But I just kind of wanted to give this update and open the door for other mamas out there to relate and share their tips or advice or ask questions in the comments when it comes to breastfeeding. And then maybe I can create more content sort of based on what I hear from all of you. All right, well, me and P are gonna go because I think big brother Landon should be waking up from his nap relatively soon. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not following me on my Instagram or Snapchat yet, make sure you follow because that's where I'm most consistently able to post pictures and videos of Landon and Presley and what we're doing while I'm home on maternity leave here. I'll still be off for the next 8 weeks. So we'll try to continue producing content as much as I can. But again, appreciate your patience because this has been a big transition for our family, and managing two, especially solo during the day while my husband working, is a challenge for me, but I'm trying to adapt and adjust as best as I can. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye, guys. Say bye, everyone. I'll wave. Say bye-bye. Bye, everyone.
I can't wait to go home.